So was it a mistake to leave New York City? For some they would say yes, for some they would say no, for some they will say it depends. But I really believe it comes down to individual circumstances. And I recently published a video on why I think my YouTube channel was failing. And a lot of you brought up some great points. I read the comments and many of you said it's because I left New York City. And while that is a valid argument, I know many of you aren't content creators yourselves, so you don't really have access to the analytics and the data that I do. And if there's one thing that I know in life is that data and numbers do not lie. And I know that many of my videos, I have over 5,700 videos, and I would say like maybe 60%, maybe even 75% of them is content from New York City. And if it was because of the lack of New York City content on my channel, then how come my channel isn't thriving and getting views on those New York videos? Plus, I have my parents who sometimes occasionally make videos for this channel. How come their videos aren't suddenly getting many views like it was years ago? The fact of the matter is, times have changed. The algorithm has changed, and people aren't viewing the same as they used to, and YouTube isn't promoting the content that it used to. You can also look at the data from many other creators, and not just the New York City walking type genre, but across all the genres. A lot of New York City creators and creators in general across YouTube have reported similar experiences, especially the middle class YouTubers that I said in the previous video I did, whether it's technology, travel, beauty, regular vlogging, they've all seen declines in their viewership over the long haul. And I think it really has to do with the proliferation of AI and how YouTube is pushing this type of content. And I think it's also because of AI that I really want to change up my content, because I feel like the best way to combat AI is to be more real and speak more from the heart, because that's something that AI can't really replace. AI can generate images, generate videos even. There's going to be a time in the future, in fact probably even now, where you can tell an AI to make a perfect walking video. And then where is my value as a creator at that point? The thing is, with AI, it doesn't have a heart, it doesn't have experiences and personal memories that we do. So that's why I want to make more of these vlog style videos. And say I do go back to New York City, right? Will things magically change to the way they used to be? Sure, I might get more views, and it is a major reason why my views are declining, but it's not the only reason. As I said, the issue is a lot more complex and systemic than you think. If that was the case, my parents' videos that they record for this channel would magically get a spike in views, but that's not happening. And now we sit down with the question of, was it a mistake to leave New York City? And the answer to that question for me is no. Because while there is the familiarity of it all, I ultimately realized that it's more about what stage of life you're in. Sure, I can stay in New York City make walking videos, do Fifth Avenue again, go to Times Square. But I really felt like it was limiting my creative outlet. And I can do it hundreds of thousands of times, but you know, I can't really fix what's broken. Something is definitely up with the YouTube algorithm, and it's kind of like if you try something over and over and it's not working, then you're not going to really, you know, return to it. You're going to be discouraged. You have to find something that works. That's not to say that I will never be in New York City again. I mean, it is a really great city. It's got a lot to offer. Most of my friends and family are there. It's just that limiting myself to just New York City alone is not the way to go. And that's why I'm going to be doing more of these vlogs, because it's personable, it's from the heart, and I really don't think it was a mistake to leave New York City. I mean, sure, I can go back to New York City, make videos the same way I did, and while it would be satisfying, it really won't feel like a passion for me to continue, because, you know, how many times can I walk the same streets over and over again? Unless it's kind of like a seasonal thing. After all, I'll just be another guy with a camera, and that's not really what I want. I want to see different things. I want to explore different places, experience different, you know, emotions. And that's why leaving New York City was not a mistake. I'm sure some people will still type down in the comments that it was a mistake, but I believe that true leaders and true visionaries, they don't really follow the herd. That's why they are leaders. How many times have we seen companies fail because they kept doing the same failing business model, or they didn't evolve, you know? And that's what I need to do with this channel, is to evolve and invent new things. Even within the walking genre, I started off just recording videos straight ahead, no talking, let the scenery talk for itself. Then I started narrating my videos, and that was really popular for a while. And then I started live streaming, which was really innovative at the time. Not many people were doing it. But there's really only so many times you can do that. And that's why I'm also trying something new with these vlogs. All right, we're across the street now. Because if you look at many of the great companies out there, look at Apple, for instance. Where would Apple be if they did not innovate? If they only stuck to selling iPods? We would never have the iPhone, and now we're up to what, the iPhone 17? But on a serious note, I think Apple needs some innovation right now. They're up to 17 models of the iPhone, and they really need to get into their AI space. I think I heard like they were actually leasing Google Gemini's AI because their own AI model wasn't up to standard. But yeah, that's what I mean. You really have to stay on top of your game and be relevant to your audience. And that's what I'm going to try to do for this channel. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Hope you didn't mind me ranting and explaining all this. But this isn't the end for me for New York City. I'll definitely be back there. I don't know when, Right now I am living in the moment. And if you enjoyed the vlog today, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.